Hello, fellow people of the internet. My name is Doctor Who Fan 2010, coming to you with another video. So, I'm here to review the 2003 Ang Lee's Hulk. So the film stars Eric Bana, Jennifer Connelly, Sam Elliott, Josh Lucas, and Nick Nolte. The film is like 2 hours long, and it goes on for which is too long for a Hulk film, because they go through like the beginning is like the the beginning is like his focusing on his father David Banner and his wife Bruce Banner's mother Edith Banner, I think that's her name, and and the film goes on, and it's quite interesting, but boring at the same time. That makes sense. Because it goes on for too long explaining how Bruce Banner became a scientist from like a little from having his father after General Ross basically ruined David Banner's test experiments where he tested all where he all tested on himself, testing subjects on himself, studying how gamma radiation works, of course. And then he uses gamma radiation, gets angry, and blows the lab up that he's working in. And then he drives home in a rage and grabs a kitchen knife and stabs his own mother. Stabs Bruce Banner's mother, because Bruce Banner's like 4 years old at this point. Grows up, becomes a scientist, yada yada. Basically, he gets adopted by the Krenslers, becomes a scientist, working in a lab with his ex-girlfriend Betty Ross, yada yada yada. Saves a fellow scientist named Harper from the gamma orb, from the gamma ray orbs that they use, and then skips to him with getting the full dose of the gamma radiation in the hospital bed. Later on, encounters his father in the hospital with a very creepy hospital bed conversation going on and on about how he got locked away by General Ross for 30 years, and then it skips to Bruce Banner working in the lab, getting stressed out, like the anger and the stress from the traumatic events. So his childhood builds and builds and builds until finally he lashes out and transforms into the Hulk, destroying the lab and loads of other things like loads of other things happen in this damn film, and it goes on for a long time. Like the likes of Glenn Major Glenn Talbot, who's a douchebag, beats the shit out of Bruce Banner later on and transforms into the Hulk again, beats the shit out of Major Glenn Talbot, and then he's like then he fights a pack of mutated gamma-rated dogs, like a French poodle and pit bulls. Gets tranquilized and gets sent to a military desert base, where of course he gets locked. Of course he put him inside a water tank, where Major Glenn Talbot wants a sample of the Hulk's DNA to make super soldiers, which is a super soldier program he came up with, and he uses the Hulk as an advantage to do that. And Hulk rampaging through the desert, smashing the likes of tanks. The way he threw one of the tanks across the desert was pretty awesome. Then the helicopters, and then jets in San Francisco. Basically, he makes his way to San Francisco. Sees Betty Ross, transforms back into Bruce Banner. Later on, Bruce Banner has a confrontation with his own father, David Banner, who is of course an older man, who is creepy, very creepy. Transforming the Hulk again, fights, absorbs all the Hulk's energy, the Adamads, and the traumatic childhood that triggers the transformation of the Hulk are absorbed. Take all the Hulk's power, and Bruce Banner is unable to, and Bruce Banner, the Hulk, is basically transferred back into Bruce Banner because John Ross had no choice but to nuke them both. But apparently, you think that the Hulk was still underwater, but he wasn't. Bruce Banner was. The Hulk revert back into Bruce Banner before they both got nuked. And it goes on and this film is like 2 hours long, and there's just so many conversation scenes, and they just drag. Well, the scene with Nick Nolte, David Banner, is kind of intriguing. I mean, he wasn't so boring because his performance, between Sam Elliott and Nick Nolte's performance, because they're the most experienced actors they're most experienced out of the rest of them. Especially when Nick Nolte becomes himself for a few minutes on set, for a few minutes of screen time, like losing his mind, basically. And this is just a big fat fucking waste of a film. I mean, they could. I mean, they could try and make it like the Hulk's actual origin story like seen in the comics. And no, they had to go for all that. The traumatic childhood for us to learn how Bruce Banner became the Hulk in the first place. Then the finding the gamma ray exposure, the Hulk, and in the middle of all that, long conversation scenes that should not exist. You know, Ang Lee was trying to be psychological. You know where he was actually going with it, but it just went on and on and on. Oh, the nightmare. The nightmare is over. Oh.